Hi brothers and sisters, I'm your ShameleSis. ShameleSis today gonna share a story about a Thai handsome doctor, but unfortunately he got HIV and he wanted to kill himself. Sorry for that, but story gets started. A handsome Thai doctor got HIV, part 1. So the story goes back to the end of the January in 2019. At that time I was using the gay dating app. And I found a handsome boy, okay? I would call him a boy because, yeah, his age is around like 30, but actually he looked very young. And I was like, oh my God, I liked him so much. And he was only 1.7 kilometers away from me. So I text message, I said, hi, how are you? And then the guy responded. We add each other Line, okay, in Thailand, okay? Most people, they use Line. This guy is a doctor and he works in a hospital, okay, in Pattaya. To be honest with you guys, I somehow will give more credits to doctors. So for example, okay, for example, like this. So if there are two guys in front of me, one is a doctor, but not that very handsome. But the other guy is actually very handsome, okay? But for me, I probably will choose the doctor, but less handsome, okay, to play the bamboo practice. I told him that I'm okay to have bamboo exercise with you, but I prefer that I will give you an HIV test. If you guys have watched the video about me being kidnapped in Turkey by two scammers, and I use my bamboo blow skill in order to save myself out from the trouble, then you probably will remember that I always give the person HIV test, because no test, no shucks. So this is my slogan, so I always play safe. That's why the ShameleSis had, had a bamboo practice with more than 1,000 guys. I'm still HIV negative. And then I can tell you, this doctor, he was so fucking confident. And he said, my hospital, they give us HIV test every 3 months. And I'm 100% sure I don't have it. And also I'm a doctor, I was always safe by playing this. I can tell you, I met so many guys, okay? I think maybe, what the doctor said was real, but a lot of guys, okay, if they are not from the medical background and they have no medical sense, normally they would say no. They wouldn't like taking the test because it will take some blood from your finger, and a lot of people are afraid of the pain, afraid of the blood, okay? But that's why I said, even though he was fucking handsome, okay, I don't give a fuck. If you want to have this bamboo practice with me, I'm gonna give you the test no matter how, okay? No matter what you say, no matter how sure you were, okay? I would only be sure, okay, if I see your result, and I would give a fuck, okay? Otherwise, no. I can show you the guys, the chat history we had. I said, oh, if you don't take the HIV, I will be in danger. And he said, yes, you have to save yourself. I work in the hospital. We test every 3 months. And I said, yes, don't worry. I'm very careful. My mother, she's a doctor as well. And he said, good, okay? After 1 hour, he waited me outside of the door of my hostel, my business in Pattaya back then, okay? I will tell you guys more about my ORGY hostel, okay? That crazy business. People have SEX, bamboo practice every day, okay? Okay, no matter what. And then, so he was waiting from the door and we met each other. To be honest, he was not as good looking as he was in the picture, but he was still fine because he's a doctor. I remember he was also cool because he got a very beautiful motorbike, the color, the shape, the model was amazing. Normally you would think that the doctors would be nerdy, but this doctor, he was cool. He was with his helmet and, he was actually sitting on his motorbike. He just looked at me from his shoulder and, not his head like this. It was so cool. I was like, oh my God, it felt like he was so bossy. He was so dominant, okay? I like dominant doctor. Then I was on his motorbike and I was filming. So you can see I was feeling so good. I was feeling, wow, the wind, the air blow, oh my God, it feels so cool. And it felt so safe, to sit behind him because, he got this dominant aura and he's high educated. It felt everything so good, There's one thing I still remember that it was very romantic. So we basically stopped in the halfway. It was a 7-Eleven and he went inside, he bought some dumpling. In 7-Eleven in Thailand, there was a kind of like dumpling. It was wrapped with green dough and it looked like a vegetarian dumpling, but actually it's like a crab pork inside. It was very palatable, okay? So the song he walked out and I said, oh, you didn't eat your dinner? He said, no, and he was eating it. And then I was looking at him, and I think doctors, they have higher EQ. They can easily understand your emotion. He instantly knew that I was a little hungry, and he said, "You want to have one?" And then, in Thailand they got like a stick, okay? So he poked the dumpling with one and then put into my mouth. It felt like boyfriend and girlfriend. It was so fucking romantic. And suddenly there was a girl. She walked out from the door. I think probably you guys think that Thailand, has all this bamboo practice industry, right? That area or whatever. But actually, to be honest, Thai people are fucking conservative. It's so beyond your imagination. I would say that if the Muslim people are the most conservative, and then I would think that the Thai people are the Asian people, okay, especially East Asian or Southeast Asian people, they're coming to the next. I think in Thailand it's quite polarized. Like the people who work in the bamboo practice industry, they are so fucking shameless, okay? They're so fucking okay with there being, this kind of like a job. This bee job, this hand job, this screw job, okay? But for the rest of people, they have their professional job, they have their daily routine. Those people are fucking conservative. Those people, they prefer, okay, to have their normal life without disturb. So the song, there was a Thai girl, she walked out from the 7-Eleven. He immediately put himself away from me because he didn't want people to see we were intimate. And I think he didn't feel confident with his, homosexual identity. So I was fine, but I think, it was in Thailand, okay? Thailand, people know that, okay? And they don't mind. The Thai girl was just like, and, give this, eye contact with me, I was like, yeah, you're right, bitch. It's exactly like what you guessed. Then after the Thai girl left, I remember, I wanted another dumpling, and he was trying to use the same way, poked it and gave it to me, and I shook my head. He was confused, like, what? And he ate that dumpling and started to chew in his mouth. And suddenly I grabbed his head, very close to me. I was giving him a French kiss, and so basically we kissed, and I used my tongue to get all the dumpling inside his mouth and into mine, and I ate it. Yeah, maybe it was disgusting, but it was romantic. It was romantic. That's a romance, okay? If you have romance, you forget the disgusting things, okay? Okay, whatever. And then we kept on driving, and we finally arrived at his place. I can say is that even though the doctor is somehow a professional, decent job, I don't think he got really good payment. So basically, his apartment was a little, undecorated, was a little poor, okay? But the whole structure inside the room, it was like from the front door, and on the left side, it was his bed. And then if you keep going, and then you're gonna reach another door on the left, it was the toilet. Then it was a door in front of it, it was a balcony. So basically, the room, it has nothing else. So basically, it was a very simple apartment. Then we started to talk. We talked about his job. We talked about how he was brought up. He lost his father, so he was raised by a single mom. So his mom got chronic illness. That made him want to be a doctor in order to provide his mother better medical insurance, better medical treatment, care, something like that. He was a very nice boy, I would say. I would give him a lot of credits for that. I liked him. And then we kept talking, and we started to kiss. And basically that room was very dark. So the love was all in the air, okay? And also, even though the room was cheap, but he got some little decoration, like there was like incense box and with aroma floating there. I loved the film. It was so good. And from his perfume he used, I could tell he got taste. So basically, it was so romantic. It was so nice. And we kissed each other, and we started to take off the clothes. We were naked to each other, like very honestly. He didn't got a really nice body shape because I think probably he didn't have much time to work out or something like that. I think guys, if you ever dated a doctor, if you ever dated a chef or driver, those people, they are so fucking busy. And not only they don't have time to work out, to do some of their, personal things, to develop their physical features. So after we kissed and he was trying to, get his bamboo out and he wanted me to grab it and give it a blow. And I said, hey, well, wait a moment. So I think I need to give you the test. That time he was still smirking. He said, you still don't trust me, and I'm a doctor. How come you don't believe that? I say, hey, my dear doctor, okay, this is just something I want to make sure, because this is something you would rather say this is my religion, okay? I don't give a fuck about you are a doctor, you are what, okay? I just want to make sure I feel good. How about this? You just, follow my way. That just do it. It only takes like 3 minutes, and then your result, and I will feel comfortable or confident to have the further steps of the bamboo practice with you. And he said, okay, fine, whatever. He was a little upset, and he was just lying on the bed, with his like 4 limbs open, and he's like flat, like no body hair, like flawless skin, okay, very smooth. And that bamboo was like was up. It was wonderful, and with the dim light, and I could see the shadow, the light were having a beautiful symphony on his body. It was nice. And then I felt guilty that I somehow destroyed the romance a little bit. So that's why I quickly run to the door, and I got my bag open, and I took out the HIV tester. And then I approached him, and I grabbed his one arm. I was giving him massage like this, because I was trying to get his blood circulated. So that's why when I used the disposal needle to prick it, it could get enough blood, normally 5 drops, in order to finish the test. So yeah, so basically I just did that. I followed the procedure. I gave him some alcohol spray to sanitize his finger, and then tear up the package and got the HIV tester out, got 5 drops of the blood. I was patiently waiting for the result. Then he said, I need to go to the toilet. And then he just went away. I think, because basically that room was very dark. I couldn't see things clearly. So then basically I waited a little longer in order to see the result getting clear. Because he was in the toilet room with his phone, and I messaged him. I said, oh, I hope you still can get hard after the loss of the blood. He was ha like this, because we were joking. And then after the message, I put my phone away, and I took the HIV tester. I gave it a check. I was like, oh my God, he got 2 lines. So 2 lines means he is HIV positive. I couldn't believe that. Even that time I was shocked. I was completely shocked. So I was thinking, yeah, it was real that he was working in the hospital. And it was real that every 3 months the hospital would give them all kinds of tests, okay? The health test, in order to make sure like the doctors are safe for the patients. And how come this doctor got HIV? That time I was even being suspicious. I was thinking probably this HIV tester got some problem. Okay, there's a story about how come I got this, because one of my relatives, okay, she got a huge factory, and she produces all kinds of testers. They got testers for pregnancy, HIV, syphilis, hepatitis B, hepatitis A, hepatitis C, and even right now they have the testers for COVID. So basically they produce all kinds of testers. And then I could get very cheap price, so I actually bought a lot from them, okay? And that time she told me the HIV tester, it has 0.1% false test. So, but how would that person's test gonna be false? Okay, so if the person doesn't have HIV, and it could be possible that HIV tester shows that he's HIV positive. But, okay, if that person has HIV, and then this tester will be 100% sure. It will be 100% sure that to show the result, that person will get 2 lines on the HIV tester in order to, it means he's HIV positive. So that's why that moment I was being suspicious. I was thinking, oh, maybe this doctor was the 0.1%, that he didn't have HIV, but the HIV tester just shows that he's HIV positive. I couldn't believe that. So basically when he walked out of the door from the toilet, I looked a little serious, but I was trying so hard to put myself together, and in order to make the conversation. I said, hey honey, I'm sorry to show you that actually you're HIV positive. You got 2 lines. So that time he was walking towards me because I was on the bed. He was still playing his phone. And then after he listened to what I said, he somehow stopped and then hesitated. And his eyes was looking away. and then he was thinking something. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and subscribe, like, and share.